actually looking for that positioning coming out from Cuffin, right? Like he did so well earlier in game number 1 when it came to the positioning of the Aurora. You've seen the burst damage it can dish out with the ultimate, but you know what? He's like, I'm done with the Aurora. Let's pick up this this Odette, which actually is quite underestimated by a lot of people. It can dish out a great amount of burst damage. So let's see how Cuffin will be playing this out. So let's see if S2G they can manage to keep up with the early game heavy frontline kind of composition that Twisted Minds has.
Yeah, I want to say like the only thing that kind of Odette lacks just a little bit is that wave clear when it comes into which is going to be kind of this is going to be fighting against when it comes to versing up Begin. You see Maro here just kind of being a nuisance to Kazoo dashing in, but Kazoo can go ahead and get that retribution on that stolen minion.
Yeah, level 3 for both sides of the jungle. Hoda here over rotating to the bottom side, actually trying to get a good position over the turtle objective. And there you have it. This is the thing that I've seen in his rotation. He actually prioritizes rotating over to this turtle pit instead of the gold lane to actually kind of scout the area before they start off this big objective for this second game of the day.
Yeah, you can see a good position by S2G, kind of roaming around here, looking for something around. They're going to go ahead and look for an engagement at this turtle pit. 4 seconds left up at the top. Sana and Sticky Bomb. No worse for wear for both of them. Ooh, Kazoo gets trapped down by 2, popped up there. You can see Karo in the mix there, trying to provide a little bit of support. Begin with some positioning. Looking to catch a Cuffin, and does put a little bit of damage on. We're down to about 10%, and looking for S2G to kind of engage here. They're waiting for it. Lunar coming from the side, and in comes Kazoo comes in with an easy dash and able to get the retribution onto the turtle. Heavy spin is out, and they're going to go ahead and make that speedy escape like thieves in the night.
Cuffin there with the Swan Saw actually caused everyone from S2G to back away, and to think that this is an Odette that does not have that much items yet. So you can you saw it like a couple of HPs that were taken out from the side of S2G. What more if it has a lot more items? So we can expect to see that type of play that might come out, especially in the Turtle Pit and the Lord Pit later on. But taking a look at this, it was actually Kazu that picked up that first turtle of the game. So they actually have that gold lead and that XP lead that will kind of help them be a little bit more aggressive here when it comes to, wow, stealing in all the jungle keeps here from Hoda.
Yeah, trying to. They're just making sure to keep the pressure onto Twisted Minds. You see them just entering the jungle whenever there's an objective. We do have a final slash that does catch Karo, who's trying to get away but is not able to run away from Sanu, who finds a kill. First one of the game.
Oh man, wow, that was big from the side of Twisted Minds. It was it all went to Sano. They actually made him last hit and made him take that kill. Obviously, you need this for a quad to be able to take in the items. Kazu, forced to use that heavy spin, kind of misses it a little bit. 30 seconds before this first objective is up, and you can kind of see the adjustments that were made onto the Fredrin. Right? It's not as tanky as it used to be. And there you have the tug from the Divine Judgment coming through from Karo. That is big coming out from the side of S2G. Once again, they're able to get themselves another good position on the turtle, the second turtle of the game.
I absolutely love the patience. Blazing Duet out here onto Karo, but the patience from Karo to wait until Soda had his life low enough that you knew that the Appraiser's Wrath was about to come out. So he went ahead, got the Divine Judgment before he was able to, and the rest of the team was able to whittle him down. Now working on the turtle, about 50% Kazoo. A little bit of a BM there is letting them know a little bit of a hello to both teams there as well. Starting on this turtle, you can see about 3 players from S2G kind of crowding around looking for an opportunity right now. Mostly a bait. You see Mike and Amaro at the top looking for an opportunity on Karo up there.
Oh, they're taking a lot of damage though.
Final slash comes out and Karo gets taken out by Cuffin. Maro's going to have to find himself a way back as well. And we are still fighting. These turtle fights have just begun to get elongated when it comes to this new meta right now. 10% out left. Here comes the last insanity. Cuffin finds the turtle as well.
Okay, that was the yeah. Coffin actually picks it up with the swan song. So this is actually the reason why they picked this up. No, I was kidding. I was kidding. Definitely not. But the thing about why S2G actually won that one is they were trying to get the divine judgment actually onto either Hoda here or Maro in that clash. So with that pickup, okay, they get in that concealed place. Being the divine judgment, here it comes.
Yeah, and here the Swan Song is out, and I was able to find one kill, but S2G finds a kill onto Cuffin. That was a interesting divine judgment. It almost looked like Cuffin tried to flicker away, but got caught in the middle of the flicker and still pulled back to where S2G could eat up.
Yeah, actually, a lot of ultimates were invested there. Like I thought, like
Yeah.
Cuffin could have gotten in a nice like ultimate there. But speaking of the ultimates, here comes the blazing duet.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
they're
not
not
going to be
going to
enough
commit
to
for
kind
more
of
though.
to take down Kazoo there, but especially as tanky as he is. I mean, we saw this before. Twisted Mind's able to kind of have a lot of success when it comes to some of these objective fights and kind of getting some of the kills. It's maybe not due to complacency last game, but maybe just got a little lackadaisical and didn't realize, oh, we do have a last insanity from Mike here. That's going to be used a little defensively. But as I was saying, like they just need to keep up the pressure, keep things tight throughout the entirety of the game, especially as you move into the late game where things can be anybody's kill. And Lunar gets taken out by Sano. Twisted, just a ball of aggression right now, really forcing forward onto S2G.
Yeah, even though they haven't been either winning in these team fights or S2G kind of has that advantage. This is exactly what Twisted Minds was doing earlier to create that space in the map so that they can take the objectives. Here's the last turtle of the game. Hoda's going to be starting it up. I think it's not going to be enough for Twisted Minds to actually take it in. It's going to be a 3 turtle for their side, but here comes the ultimates. Okay, Mark's going to get tugged in. Heavy spin as well by Kazu. Out of that one.
Yeah. Yeah, and unfortunately, 5-3 right now. S2G losing that turtle, and I want to say S2G maybe a little bit more on the back foot here. Usually, they are a big part of a lot of these objective fights. They make sure that they have a little bit of priority. They're in there that the enemy can see. Oh my God, Mike is trying to crawl away from Beginnings, who's just lighting him up.
Yeah, I mean, the bombs here from the Lilia is not going to make it easy for the X-Borg. I've tried that, and definitely you're going to be backing away from all of the damage. And looking at S2G here, I love how they're also kind of trying to take back the map for their side, but Twisted Minds too, right? Like they've been creating space over on the top side, bottom side. Look at the towers that have been taken here by Twisted Minds on the bottom side. But S2G is just going in for like either single pickoffs or maybe even pressure a single lane with like 3 people.
Ooh, last insanity plus the flicker, able to get Mike to safety. But on the other side of the map, I mean, right now, S2G trying to match the intensity of Twisted Minds, but I want to say Twisted Minds just narrowly ahead right now when it comes to it. You can see just those middle towers left, really, for S2G. But I want to say those are probably the more important ones that really kind of open up the map for your team.
Yeah, I think for S2G, they understand that Twisted Minds is doing the same thing. I love how they answered by, taking some towers for their own, right? Like kind of evens out the playing field when it comes to the map control, right? It was all going to Twisted Minds, but S2G had the answers. Right now, the gold lead, it's only a 1k lead. Care of Twisted Minds, all because of the space that they created. Now, the Force Lord is going to be popping in the Land of Dawn. It is going to be big, especially whoever takes this in. Twisted Minds, they can take in or pressure in more of the turrets here for the side of S2G. But if S2G takes this in, they could at least take in like probably the outer turrets here for the side of Twisted Minds. So here it is. Hoda's going to be starting it up here. 1/4 already taken in here, and we expect to see the Divine Judgment will be used here onto the jungler. Okay, here comes the ultimate. CG was going to be taken out here before the First Lord fight. Numbers advantage going to go to the side of Twisted Minds.
Yeah, Twisted Minds, and especially because you have CC at the bottom of the map, and now Begins goes down, so you have basically a 2v5 as CC slowly makes her way back. Was trying to split push there, but the numbers game in Twisted Minds' favor. Then the Swan Song comes out, the numbers start forcing even more. Now we're starting to push down to mid lane as well. Maro finds a stun and a final slash with the heavy spin, able to kind of create that little thumbs up there, let him know, yeah, I'm okay. But, I mean, are you going to be able to protect the tower? Look from the side. side. CC actually chunks Coffin down quickly, but Coffin able to create that distance now, and we have a Lord looming down at the bottom lane.
Yeah, look at the damage coming out from that CC, right? It was enough for Coffin to back away. Actually, popping in that flicker to safety. It would have been at least Coffin taken down there if he actually let it go on. Look at it, even Maro's like taking a brunt of damage there. Caro, okay, still fine. But Lunar, oh, there you go. Seals the deal there by picking off one here for Twisted Minds. At least for their side, though, they're going to be picking up at least all of the second-tier towers here for the side of Twisted Minds. Lord also on the bottom side. This will create a lot of pressure for S2G.
Yeah, and you can see right now they're kind of struggling right now. They're trying to kind of form the defense here. They're not going to be able to protect this tower. Now, a Lord at bottom. You're going to start having pressure up at top. They haven't really synced the lanes because you can see the minions kind of gathering up at top. They're not pressing onto that top tower. So it's going to give S2G a little bit of an opportunity to be able to take down this Lord without worrying about spreading their forces too thin to cover an entire 3 waves coming at their high grounds.
Yeah, 4K lead. That was just one Lord, not even the enhanced Lord that went to the side of Twisted Minds. And this is the same case that we saw actually in game number 1, where, you know, S2G was backs against the wall. They were, it was Twisted Minds on the lead, but, you know, that one setup that just kind of sealed the deal for them for game number 1. And now they're kind of relying on the divine judgment here of Caro. Now he has to be a little bit careful on who he uses it on. Like, it's either Hoda or is it Mike Sama, because they have a heavy front line, right? Like, who you want to take off are the damage dealers here for Twisted Minds, not really the front line.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, you're going to need to start worrying about Sano, who can get to the back line. He's got that Purify as well. And we saw it from the last game. When the Claude is able to kind of rip through your back line uncontested, it's going to be a devastating practice for your team. So we're going to see how well that goes into it, too, because we've just got so many targets. And I want to say a very successful game by Coffin on this Odette. I was expecting a lot of them to be able to kind of, as soon as that Swan song came out, I was expecting them to really jump in and be able to take it down. But I want to say Coffin's being very patient, waiting for the team to kind of whittle down before he kind of comes in with that Swan song to put the finishing touches on.
Yeah, because Twisted Minds has this, like, you know, entire bodyguard up against Odette. All 4 of them can actually make that 3. The Fredrin, Mamaro here, and even Mike Sama can tank up all of the damage. And Coffin just needs to stay in the backline. But there it is! The Divine Judgment! Onto the Odette, but Karo gets taken down. Lord is at half HP. He's going to be taking it. It's going to be Hoda! For the side of Twisted Minds. Totally worth it, though.
Yeah, S2G tried to get in there. Twisted Minds still able to create the distance, create that pushback onto S2G. So now we're going to have a Luminous Lord dealing with them. Quite a change from the first game. And I want to say some very not peculiar, but like out of brand picks. You can see it here. Lord, you had that Blazing Duet coming in there, chunking them down, trying to do its best. And even with the heavy spin at the Lord pits, Kazu not able to find the retribution there, unfortunately.
Yeah, actually it was right there in the middle. Kazu was able to pick it up. Rather, Twisted Minds, Hoda was actually able to pick it up. This should create some pressure. Enhanced Lord for their side. And I think the biggest problem here for S2G, even though Karo is able to get that Divine Judgment, it is that Blazing Duet, the same Blazing Duet that gave them that victory in the last match, that made it a problem for them actually right now to be able to get in any to pick up. It was a nice Divine Judgment onto Coffin, but then they had to back away because of the damage that Sano was actually dishing out here up against S2G.
Yeah, 7K gold right now. He was, last I checked, he was 2K gold over Siggy Bum on the marksman there too. And Coffin able, I want to say Coffin too, becoming a menace right now. Oh, big final slash lands onto it. Here comes the Swan Song as well. Sano finds a kill onto Kazu. This might be the end. They're still trying to defend here. Top of tower taking a ton of damage there. You can see Mike and the rest of Twisted Minds trying to keep S2G from exiting the base. They're just basically forcing them to turtle right now.
Yeah, Karo right now is just, see, even before he's able to get in that Divine Judgment, there's that start from the side of Twisted Minds. They get in that final slash onto him, and then he gets taken down. There's absolutely no answer there from S2G, and Sano's already dishing out a lot of damage. All of the inhibitors are down here for the side of S2G, and it's going to be the second Lord of the game that will be spawning soon. And if Twisted Minds gets this private, this is going to be huge. They can actually just lock in the tower with that Enhanced Lord later on if S2G doesn't manage to at least pick it up for themselves.
Yeah, it is. That's what I was about to say. That this next Lord fight is going to be the most here too. You have nothing to protect your base on the side of S2G. You're going to need to make something happen. The only real problem here, though, is who you decide to focus on. You were talking about it before. You focus on Cuffin, you're going to have to deal with Sano on the other side. You focus on Sano, you're going to have to deal with that Swan Song from Cuffin. It's a double-edged sword here right now, and S2G still have not been able to find an answer, and even being pushed off from the objectives from what we saw was an aggressive team that wouldn't let the enemy get any kind of wiggle room from the last game, and quite a change here into the second.
Yeah, Kazu's using that heavy spin to actually, zone everyone out, right? Like, it's only Karo that is able to try and take in that Divine Judgment, and once again, he's been taken out here right before the Lord take. Twisted Minds just wants to get this for themselves. I don't think S2G can contest, not unless I think Kazu can try to attempt on getting in that heavy spin and try and steal that Lord, but look at the zoning there of Mike Sama. Really good zoning, and that is going to be it. Twisted Minds going to be taking in this second Lord of the game. Mike Sama still going at it though.
Yeah, you can see up at the top, Maro still trying to put on the damage. Siggy Bum with that speedy light wheel actually starting to chunk him down. Immortality has been activated. That's one down as well. Sano. Here comes the blazing duet. Sano able to find a kill onto Lunor.
Oh, Puffin, is he gonna go for it?
Yeah, they're going to go ahead and try to chuck down this base down to about 10%, 5%, and we have a tie game. We are going to a game 3, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep.